In this
Okay,
picture,
here in
we're going to
Queensboro, I'm
make here
starting my little
it's a mixed
epic
compilation
journey
for my
here
walk
just
this
from
afternoon.
Ewan. I'm not going down
Just
this
catch
side
the
of the
Southern
railway today.
Railway,
I was down
MP
that way yesterday. I'm
151,
going to go down,
901,
take a trip
and
to
the
Annis
906
for a
engine.
bit.
So I made a
That'll be
mistake
my
on my
journey
YouTube
starting
channel
to
from
go to
earlier.
Annis
Just let you know,
which I haven't been
folks.
down
So
up that
you'll
way in
see
a little
different parts
while.
of the railway, all the racks and stuff, and
Yes,
other
I'm doing
parts too,
still
some
filming
buses and
local,
trucks, whatever.
Queensboro, New Westminster, BC, and just about after 1 p.m.ish here, well, more like 1:30 p.m. I should say, for the Sunday. Something to do, getting active and keeping active, which is good. My hint in this is I'm going to film a little bit of the Southern Railway for me while they're on the island. So maybe I might catch some train action if I'm lucky. We'll see. There's the tracks just coming through now. Ooh! Wow, just in time. That's the return. Just heard a train whistle. I was just thinking about going up there and maybe catch them before they cross over the bridge. Oh well. This train goes down here. Yeah. Sounds like they must be returning back to New Westminster, possibly. Unless they're just going to come halfway and adding cars. I don't know. Here it is. 104 bus in the way there. Oh, mixed freight return. Oh, cool. My own neck of the woods, and you usually don't get this all very often. No, MP 151, yeah, 906, 901 actually. Okay, now that the train has passed, I'm just coming up to the railway crossing where the Southern Railway engine just blew its first part of the whistles. Look, I just catch the train in time. As I'm here in still Queensboro, New Westminster, just filming from local side view. Anyway, the train safely passed away. I just wanted to get it a little bit more close above the kind of ties, and they see in here how they're not using nails. They're using like the newer type of like a European design, which don't have to be replaced as often, which is a good thing. So yeah, just want to show a little bit more close above the rails here. Okay, make a note of this here. This is possibly for the railway crew, or isn't part of before coming to the bridge, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with signaling or some other emergency thing, I guess, whatever. But anyway, next to the railway. Coming to the Annis Island Swing Bridge. So I'm still in Queensboro, but once I get across the river, I'll be another story there. I just want to show the railway switch here as it goes to coastline. Oh, well, I'm not going to film there. Just want to get the old railway spur when they used to store some cars in here. I had this before where the tracks end right about here. They have, I'll get a better view of it eventually. They got a spur here where they used to put some cars to the siding in there, but oh yeah, before a couple of years ago, it was awesome. I remember 2011 or 2015, they had an old railway thing for the Southern Railway crew, but I guess they didn't really need it. It was just for keeping their equipment, spare scooter style vehicle. But anyway, just trying to see if I can get the track here. Looks like it hasn't been used for a while. That spare track they store sometimes hoppers here and there, in here ever so often. Oh well. There's a video where I see from my house here where I always had a look at the railway signal, and then the crossing spur, I mean, to the siding here for the switch. Yeah, I can see how nature's taking its course over these old rails. They still left it in here, but I used to store some of the power equipment in here one day, but the track used to go a bit further in. Yeah. Before it was Britain steel back in the day. I think that's why they put that track in here, but not no more. Back in the day, yeah, it's Pembina here. It used to connect to the swing bridge before you could used to be able to drive, turn around, and then drive through. But it's been all barricaded here, so you can't drive into Liberty back in the day. When buses, I remember, used to come through here. But anyway, heading to the bridge now. That's the important thing there. Just wanted to offer the bridge. It's the swing bridge, yes, and I mean, it doesn't look that way, but it will turn when the boat comes nearby. Just wanted to show the crossing here. Something to do. Different angle. I missed it. I got the train filmed. I just had to film in different. Switch the signals in here. Okay. Okay. Continue with the swing bridge. I'll film in this other format. Make it a bit more easier for shorts or so. Yeah. Spur into the track siding here where they used to store some various rail equipment or cars in there long ago. Some old railway tie pulled out long ago, still rotting away. And the old mill looks like it was burned after a fire. Coming under the bridge. Now I'm going to be coming to Anasis Island Delta, where there's a bunch of boats here along the other part of the arm of the Fraser River. Here connecting, this side will be Anasis, and they got still after all these years since my childhood, they still got the Anasis Island Sea Cadet base, believe it or not. Yeah, I haven't heard any music or training purposes, but occasionally you have there still the Sea Cadets coming to the other part, now to the other, looking towards the other part of the Fraser arm, where they're storing the railway cars. Yeah, right over there you can see all the Southern Railway storing a lot of. We've got more on the further other sides of down by Anasis Island, Anasis port terminals. Quick view of the Alex Fraser Bridge way over there, just as you can see. Yeah, quite a few miles away still from where I had to go to get there. Here's where the traffic signal things would come down when the bridge is about to turn. I'm talking about these ones right here. There's a swinging at the moment, but this bridge is controlled by either the Port Authority or mainly Southern Railway operator for the bridge control here. I guess when they have to turn the bridge to let the boats go through. And just looking down the arm, you can see the other view of the bridges. Yeah. The clip now continuing with the bridges. Remind me, great view from here. You can see almost all the different spans of the bridges. Anyway, focusing now on the train yards now. While here in Anasis, you can see all the railway cars here. Wow, they've sure been busy. But a lot of new stash of cars in here waiting to get loaded up eventually. Yeah, there's a big boat there. Reading Korea, Japan. Yeah, all the new cars and trucks all coming from off there and being loaded here on the terminals, as you can see. Yeah, tons of cars here, all be waiting to be loaded onto train cars. I had to get a control tower. And the houseboats along some people live along the river. Yes, bridge control only. Yeah, of course, for the employees coming on the bridge here. Likewise, yeah. Views of the bridges again. The high rises next to the Newsminster Quay area down further, another span part of the bridge, and the river. Yeah, the almighty Fraser River, how it's split into so many different arms through Delta, Newsminster, Queensborough, for that fact. Yeah, looks a bit of misty or kind of this is due to the atmospheric conditions, I guess. Yeah. Oh, here comes the trucks. Yeah. Next thing, I guess this truck's dropping off for whatever the case is. But yeah, okay. So the trucks are usually kind of auto hauloways or truck carriers, besides the trains too. All can come to pick up, you name it, from down here. And speaking of which, there's more cars waiting to be. I'm not sure if they're waiting to be switched up or waiting to be loaded up, or they have been loaded up. Here's a look of the cars. Yeah, looks like they're waiting next to be switched, or anyway, either way, just wanted to look over. Yeah, and this is the Port of Vancouver. Yeah, all the big boats. Don't worry, I respect. I'm not going to plan to trespass. Just want to take a look. format, so that way it all fits in here. Yeah. And this angle here. Yeah, it used to be where I used to walk right on the beach. Now it's like a lock and storage, you know, so too bad. So we get some of the railway cars here. Yeah. This is part of my morning or afternoon adventure from nothing better to do on a day like today, lazy Sunday, so. Okay. And the course of cars are all spanning around there, all the way from here, I remember. So I've got lots of trackage all through Annis's Island here, just filming at different angles. And by the way, I'm definitely now on Derwent Way, so yeah, just trying to, want to get some cars here. Part of the island hasn't changed too much. It's still been along here since I was back in 2005 even. Still got even the old bay back in the day. A truck scale that used to be here back in the time, but that was removed even way before I was, even as a kid, it was long removed. Yeah, it used to be good. I could tell like an old truck scale. Truck driver. Oh, we got a new restaurant here, Dutch Anchor. Oh, okay. Oh. Probably just what it used to be, where similar back in the day, what Orphan Annie's used to be down here, just a little bit around the corner maybe. Of course, can't see the train now. Cars are all in like a, I'm into the traffic circle. That's been here for years, the traffic circle. Yeah. Trucks, new company here, but back in the day in 2005, a good memory. My mom used to camp out here with her BF. Brad, he decided to camp out here. That was okay, but it's actually the property later found out it's a DFO land. Whoops. Yes. Yeah, protected by Ministry of Finance. It's still the trucking union there. Yeah, and all other places here. But anyway, just getting the traffic circle here. Teamsters. That's why I meant. Yeah, they got the new truck there. I mean, yeah, Teamsters. Oh yeah, they got their cool trucks. I had to do it this way. So I can get more of a full length of the truck in. Local 31, yeah. Coming now to other part of the Annis Island where back in the day on my camcorder I filmed a section where the SRY's truck crosses over this part of the road here, and where they have the Y-switch truck where they usually switch the engines around. There we come to the other part of, for the truck gas station stop here. Car lock, whatever. Oh, cool little pickup, a lowrider type style truck. Oh, that's cool. Must be working on the weekend here. That's eye candy. Neat. I like the name of that. I'm looking only just for, I'm not going to all Annis's Island. Just going to get to where you got the railway crossing and going down, whereas I'll go from here. By the way, this is the Alex Fraser Bridge. I was filming while I was walking, but I'm busy thinking of some other things at the moment. Okay, no train switching here. It's pretty quiet. I didn't hear any other engine or locomotive coming down the track here, but we've got a tour bus here parked. Yeah, cool. Probably just for a parked here for, that's okay. Coming to the crossing, yeah, as you can see the yellow sign, railway crossing coming up, and with new signals I must have just recently put here a little while ago. Yeah, just crossing here over Derwent. Yeah, I wasn't here before. The last time I filmed down here in 2010 or 2014 when I had my camcorder for when they were switching the 3.2/3.4 CITX engine at one time on the Y track here, but here's what it is. I remember this track very, very well as a kid. Always watched the engine switching auto racks mainly from here, and one time when the train came over the track they didn't have to throw the switch because the train went against the switch and it was able to go over without having to stop and throw a switch, which was nice. Yeah. I'm trying to explain it the best I can, but anyway. But I remember as a kid how a train... As you can see, going through this long reels, I definitely made a compilation of when I was going through my walk through Annis's Island, Delta, BC. So just came through Queensboro to get there, and as you can see when I did the video narration, you'll see what I meant by that anyway. Outhouses for the railway staff maybe. Anyway, I just came to the crossing. I just wanted to get to the other side here. Y track right here where they switched to 3.2, 3.4, 3.1, I remember. See the other main track going further down where they cross over a little lagoon type thing. I'll go down another day to catch the lagoons, but I'm afraid of the rain and I don't want to be out too long here just in case. I don't want to be stuck in a thunder shower if that happens again, like early this morning, for example. Come here to see more of the racks from this angle. You can see a lot of racks stored in here. Holy moly. Okay, I'm just looking here towards Delta further down. No cars or train approaching. Oh, I can see one tank car. Yeah, way down the other stairs of the track. Anyway, it's very quiet here for a railway activity, which is fine, Sunday. Anyway, just checking. There used to be a crew member's office here for the SRY. They removed it. I guess they didn't really need it anymore for the brakemen or whatever it was back in the day. It was around here somewhere. They used to have a little switch office here for the staff, but oh well. Just get a little bit close to get a close to all the switches that they still have here after all this time. Yeah, they're still busy. The trucks are well used here. I can see, holy moly. You can see how many cars are all waiting here to be switched and loaded up, or vice versa. I remember in pamphlet how they extended the railway yard. They got a lot more room here to put more cars in the port area, or ports. Let's go in further down. I had to get a bird's eye view of this angle. Couldn't resist. Yeah. Here's the other part, first part of the bridge, crossing over, bridge to another bridge. Got so many dang bridges here. This is what I wanted to film from the Annacis Island Sea Cadet space here. They usually have the canoes or boats here they'd be training on and stuff. A different view of the bridge now anyway. Different angle of the control. Just want to take a closer look of when the beaches were here. Now it's kind of a high tide. We don't really know it too much, but back in the day I used to always come right about, because it's just a little bit further past where that bunker is, like, or the training cadet space, and they used to be the beach sandy area. I used to always come here and hang with some friends or my mom or some CB band group until people ruined it, and yeah, and the city just decided to shut it off. That sucks. I hear a train, but it's not from Annacis though. It's through Delta, maybe my.stuff from the other side through the. Don't sound like SRY doing any operation here now. Right, the beach was just right about in this area. The river wasn't so high up, but anyway, it is what it is. That was back in the day where I used to enjoy watching the boats or people having a little bonfire when they didn't get out of hand here, but just checking the railway bridge. Just turning around. Sounds like a train going through Delta, maybe my.stuff or CN through Tilbury, or could be heading through White Rock. I don't know. And this is my final cue. Okay, further walk down, now I can see a better thing of the Sea Cadet space. Just trying to get other angles here before I leave out of Annacis Island, heading back to Queensboro, New Westminster, and I'm going to head home. Yeah, that's the beachy area right there. Used to be a lot more, it was more of a beach now, but yeah, of course, heading home. What I see coming up the road? Huh, what's on service? Oh, how fast he's driving here. Okay, busted buddy, why are you going that fast? Holy moly. Technician guy, yeah, still. Buses, yeah. Let's film a little bit. The buses coming up the highway here for on the Sunday.